Ronald Reagan, the man who haunts the narrative. During the 80s, Ronald Reagan swept into the White House with a bold economic promise, one he said would not only revive America's spirit, but spark a new era of prosperity. This plan became known as Reaganomics. Let's take a second to talk about before he became president, though. Ronald Reagan had a long and varied career. Even though he was born in Illinois, he was brought up in California, where he gained national attention as a Hollywood actor during the 40s and 50s. His political views shifted to conservatism over time, and by the early 60s, he had become a leading figure in the Republican Party, which led to him becoming governor of California in 1967. As the governor of California, he focused on reducing government spending, confronting student protests, and promoting conservative economic policies, themes that would later determine his presidency. When Reagan ran for president in 1980, he campaigned on a straightforward, powerful message: restore America's strength. He promised lower taxes, small government, reduced inflation, and a stronger military. His inauguration speech in 1981 emphasized these frames, declaring that the government is not the solution to our problem, the government is the problem. In fact, in his early State of the Union address, he laid out what he called a new beginning, one built on massive tax cuts, deregulation, and shifting resources towards defense. These goals would soon take shape in the economic program Americans came to know as Reaganomics. Now, a key component of said Reaganomics is trickle-down economics, and that's the belief that giving tax cuts to corporations and the wealthy would eventually trickle down to everyone else. Reagan argued that it would boost investment, create jobs, and raise incomes across the board. However, for many Americans, the results didn't quite match the promise. While the richest households saw massive financial gains, the benefits didn't exactly trickle down. Instead, the gap between the wealthy and everyone else widened dramatically during the Reagan years. Tax cuts for corporations led to record profits, but wages for middle and working class, they barely grew. Reagan made deep cuts to social programs that millions have relied on for housing, food assistance, and job support. These cuts hit low-income families the hardest. Poverty rates began to rise again, and urban communities experienced increasing homelessness. At the same time, Reagan sharply increased defense spending. Combined with the huge tax cuts, this created an exploding national deficit. America went from being the world's largest creditor nation to one of its largest debtors in less than a decade. Unfortunately, these effects didn't just go away when Reagan left office. Many economists argue that Reaganomics actually helped set the stage for decades of wage stagnation. President Ronald Reagan reshaped America's economics for generations, but despite his promises, trickle-down economics left many Americans behind. Understanding this history helps us ask important questions about who truly benefits from economic policy and who pays the price.